know I'm about to go in. Told me that I couldn't do it, but I gotta bring it back, so they're really on with it. Let's go. Tell me where you're from, where you stay. Know I keep it lit from the coast to the bay. Peace on the right.
If you guys are sick of wasting money on packs, go check out my sponsor. They offer the cheapest and most reliable way to buy coins straight from the source. Use code MAZE at checkout for 15% off your entire order. I know it's late, but the daily uploads continue. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. And what we got for you today is part 5 of my Weekend League recap. Yes, 5. I did 5 videos of this shit. After doing all these voiceovers, my vocal cords are like shot, especially because I streamed last night as well. So next week we're not doing 5, okay? I don't know how many I'm not doing 5. But welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys are ready to see some more Stevie Wonder reads, because if you were expecting something else, you're on the wrong channel. Stevie Wonder is here to stay. But as we come down to the final stretch, these games do mean a lot because they pretty much determine whether or not we get top 100, and if we do, how good our rewards are. So every game counts. And as always, before we get into the games, we're going to go over the best comments of the day. The first coming from Bob Evans, who said, Maze throws an absolute Stevie Wonder. Not going to lie, he looked like he was wide open. I do say that a lot, but I think it's understandable because it's like, why else would I throw that pass unless he looked like he was open? You know, it makes sense if you think about it. And the second comment coming from Ethan Stranford, who said, Maze loves every tight end he's ever had. Todd Heap, Waller, Finley. Don't forget Cooley. Don't forget Jonnu Smith. That is true. I am a lover of tight ends. I just love tight little ends. Let's go. And the last thing before we head into the games and finish up our Weekend League recap. If you guys are watching this and you like this type of content and you want more, about half of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you have not hit that subscribe button, we are on the road to 100K and we're getting so close. Do your boy a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I love you forever. Road to 100K. We're getting closer every day, man. Let's get into the video. The final chapter is upon us, and heading into the final 5 games, we are still very much on track for top 100. So barring any crazy setbacks, I think we're going to fare pretty good for the weekend. The team's still looking exactly the same, and if you guys haven't watched the past few videos, Lawrence Taylor has been eating off the edge with edge threat. If you guys don't have at least 1 edge threat on your field, I recommend running 1, because if they have edge protectors, it's 3 AP that are kind of wasted, but I'm convinced that edge threat even works a little bit with edge protectors on. I don't know. Lawrence Taylor gets some serious pressure, so I think it's worth the 3 AP. Getting into our next game, our record sitting at 17-3, and we're going against the Dolphins. Starting off, we are on the defensive side of the ball, and he's coming out swinging out to midfield with an early dot, and I think he must have noticed we were running man coverage because he immediately follows it up with an S-post man beater, and Deion Sanders burns Charles Woodson. I don't know what's been going on, but Charles Woodson has been some hot ass lately. And now for our first offensive drive, legally blind Maze-O-Matic starting off the game with another interception. Is anyone surprised? This is my 21st game in a row. Is anyone surprised? I'm not. I'm personally not surprised at all. Back to the defensive side of the ball, down 7-0 with that early turnover. Things aren't looking too good. We're in the second quarter now, and he's driving, looking to put more points on the board. He throws an out route that gets tipped up. Calvin Johnson ends up getting the interception and hits the open field. From there, it's just a foot race. And did you really think Brett Favre was going to catch Calvin Johnson? I don't think so, buddy. Now we are finally on the board. We dug ourselves in a hole, but because of this great play, I mean, really, I think it should have been an interception from the start with Calvin, but it gets tipped up back to Calvin, and then we get on the board 7-7, tying up the game, erasing that first blunder we had on our first drive, and now we can play some defense and take a little bit of pressure off. A great play there by our defensive back. I think that was the deep route KO activating, and he had to punt us the ball. So now a tie game late in the second quarter, and we are getting ball to start the second half. So we can go down and get points here. We will have flipped this situation upside down like Jack Johnson. Now at midfield, Barry Sanders on the run play gets another first down and another solid gain. Now at the 36-yard line, dropping back with Gannon again. We end up finding Jermichael Finley late on the playmaker. Almost intercepted, but honestly turns out to be a very nice play down to the 12-yard line, and unfortunately we are unable to get in the end zone and have to settle for 3. Now my opponent's ball once again, but 30 seconds are on the clock, and I gotta say, more games have been lost in the final 30 seconds of the half than won. He ends up throwing an interception as he gets hit as he was throwing, and that gives us a ball in field goal range. We still got 21 seconds, and at a minimum, I'm expecting 3 points here. We had Deion Sanders on the corner route, and now we're looking to get 7. We're at the 10-yard line. Plenty of time with 2 timeouts still to go. We find Barry Sanders out of the backfield. And I told you guys, more games have been lost in those final 30 seconds than won. He tried to push too hard for points and ends up giving us another 7 points, which essentially puts this game out of reach because now it's 17-7. We're up 2 possessions in the second half with the ball. And unless anything crazy happens, I got cheated. Anytime I say that, something crazy usually happens. Barry Sanders hit as he makes a catch, ends up being considered a fumble that is picked up and taken the other way for 7. So now we're only up 3 points. We're late in the third quarter, and now for the second time, this game has gotten flipped upside down. So that's flipped upside down twice, like Tiana Trump in a gangbang. Now, thankfully, we are driving at the 13-yard line now, hoping to get in the end zone and make this a 2-possession game once again. And, of course, who is it to get in the end zone other than our number 1 target, Michael Finley, getting the job done as usual. And on our very next defensive series, throw out a sack interception once again for our opponent. And late in the fourth quarter, already down 2 possessions, that is going to do it. GG's to my opponent. Pierre has conceded the game. Now 18-3, only 4 games remaining. Getting into the next one, we are going to be going against a Raiders-themed team. So we're going Raiders versus Raiders. Some Raiders on Raiders violence. I don't know how I feel about this. Starting off the game on offense, we get caught in a 4th and 7 early. Thankfully, able to find Jerry Rice on the deep out route and convert and move the ball further into his territory. Now at the 36-yard line, we find Randy Moss with an absolutely filthy stop and go. That one was for the haters, and we caught him in 4K. It looked like we were going to run out of bounds. Then the nice little stop right by the sideline. He dives, and then we continue going and outrun Sam Mills' bitch ass into the end zone early. 7-0 us. Now on defense, my opponent coming out in strong H wing, looking to run the ball with Bo Jackson. But later on in the drive, we end up bagging the run and forcing him to pass. He tries but throws a Stevie. User lurk with Tre'Davious White gives us the ball back. Now with an opportunity to go up 2 possessions and kind of put this game away early. 2nd and 3 here, and we are deciding to go for the throw. That is a cover 3 beater, and Deion Sanders is wide open, streaking down the field, getting into the end zone. Now 14-0 with 37 seconds left in the first quarter. My opponent's ball once again, and he's caught in a 3rd and 10, and we get another user lurk with Trey White. That is his 2nd of the game, and as long as I don't have any stupid turnovers, we could go up by 3 possessions right now. I'm legally blind. And right on cue with the Stevie Wonder read, giving my opponent another turnover. Is anybody surprised? I'm not. Now my opponent's ball once again down 14, and he is still trying to get the ground game going, even though it's not working. 4th and 3, he's kind of forced to pass here, and he finds Randy Moss on a man-beating post, and then he hurried up his offense. I ran man coverage again. This time, I don't know why I thought it was going to be any different. It was the exact same route, exact same player, exact same coverage, and it ends up working again. No surprises there. 1 minute to go in the first half. Our ball, a 1-possession game once again. We throw this out route, and I really don't know how DRC was able to undercut that. He doesn't even have 1 step ahead. So a little unfortunate how that worked out, because that's usually a 10 out of 10 man beater. And then my opponent goes right back to the same post. I saw it coming this time and tried to use her with Simmons. Just wasn't fast enough. So in the blink of an eye, the game is now tied up 14-14, and he's kind of got the momentum on his side. We got 20 seconds to go in the first half. If we can go down and get 3, we might go into halftime feeling okay. We end up going with this corner to Jermichael Finley, who catches it on the sideline, and his speed is so deceptive. I'm telling you guys, one of the best cards in the game right now, and my favorite target. Gets us on the board, up 7 now going into half, and my opponent looking to make too much happen there. Tries to throw it to Randy Moss on the double me, but we were underneath the route and get the interception with 8 seconds left, and because of that, we are right inside field goal range, and he ends up running some weird 3-down line and set. I was under center, just wanting to run the ball, get my points at the end of half, and we end up breaking a big one to go up 14 once again. So in the second half now, it's his ball. We almost were underneath that angle route, but Bo Jackson with the 99 speed, just a little bit too fast, gets him across midfield now to the 44-yard line, just outside of field goal range, and he tries to throw this cover 3 beater. I thought we were running with it again. That's Darren Waller, the greatest receiving tight end the NFL has ever seen. Now 1st and goal, he's rolling out with Vic, and another great play by him, hitting Darren Waller, the number 1 tight end in the NFL, undisputed. Every time I think I'm pulling away from this guy, he fights back and keeps the game within reach. So now we're only up 7 once again, but as we head into the fourth quarter, we get inside field goal range, we kick our 3, go up 10, but 3 minutes are still on the clock, and this guy has shown that he is going to fight till the very end. Another handoff to Bo Jackson. He gets to the outside, gets another first down, and inside our territory. And with 1:30 on the clock, we stop him. He kicks his 3. That brings the game within 7 points, and now it's up to us to get a first down and put this game away. 4th and 2 here. We throw it to the flats. A little bit of a risky throw, but Randy Moss is able to come down with it, and that is a dagger that is going to put this game away. Pierre has conceded the game, giving us the victory. Now 19-3 with 3 games remaining, heading into game 23. And as we head into this next game, you notice we are playing godlike with it. Now, I don't know who that is,
But if you have a name like that, you better be amazing at every single game you play. Starting off on the offensive side of the ball, we get hit as we throw. We were trying to throw the tight end crosser, which was wide open, and it ends up sailing right into his user's hands for an early touchdown. So he was pretty much given 7 points. You look at X. X was wide open. That was a button I pressed. And of course, he was just very opportunistic with where he was with his user. Very lucky, in my opinion. But he gets 7 points off the bat. And then we followed up with a Z post right there to Randy Moss. A great catch by him. I would have loved it if he took it all the way, but I'm happy with the big play nonetheless. Now 3rd and 10, and we take a detrimental sack. It pushes us right outside of field goal range where we have to go for it on 4th and 18. We forced the corner route, which was almost open, but hit out of bounds nonetheless. Now his ball once again already up 7-0, and we hit the quarterback as he's throwing. Tre'Davious White there to get the interception and get the turnover right back. So already early on, our defense playing a hell of a lot better than our offense, and his defense playing a hell of a lot better than his offense. So this is looking like it's going to be a defensive battle, which makes that 7 points early in the game even more of a big deal. On 3rd and 2, we try to throw the out route to Jerry Rice quickly, but maybe threw it a tad bit too early. But if you look at this, the DB's back was turned to the quarterback. So I don't know how he was able to break on the ball that fast and essentially run the out route for Jerry Rice, but it is a video game. It happened, and now we got to move on. 7-0 still as he finds a nice playmaker to Reggie Bush right there, getting inside our territory, putting him within field goal range. And the way our defense has been playing, that is a pretty big accomplishment, and that field goal is going to make it 2 possessions now inside the 10-yard line where we finally are able to hold him, and he gets the 3 points. But at the end of the first half, that 3 points makes all the difference because he's getting the ball to start the half, and so now he's up 2 possessions instead of 1 with the ball, and the game flow is essentially all in his hands. He starts off early, firing to Reggie Bush, getting to about midfield where we hold him to a 3rd and long. This is a big down because if we can stop him here, he's probably going to end up punting. He throws it up. That's that deep route KO, getting the stop for us, and I was right. He did have to punt us the ball, so now we have an opportunity to cut this lead a little bit and hopefully bring this game back within reach. Randy Moss getting a nice catch across midfield to the 47-yard line. Now 2nd and 10, going with a man beater, but he gets pressure off the left side. We have to throw it away, and I was actually really surprised that was intentional grounding, but that ends our drive, and we are forced to punt, giving him the ball back. And as you can see, we play great defense as well, and he has to punt back to us. So it's just a punt fest right now, and now a 4th and 7 with 3 minutes left in the game. We finally get something going, and Jerry Rice gets a catch down to the 2-yard line, but unfortunately, we cannot punch the ball in, so we're still down 7. But because of that field goal, we are 1 stop away from being right back in this game, and another user lurk, and with 1 minute left in the game, we are in his territory. You saw we were underneath the running back route, and then the last second peeled back to the deep in route, and we're right in the throwing lane. This gives us the ball at the 27-yard line, and now the floodgates are open. Michael Finley on the crosser gets in for a 27-yard touchdown, tying up the game finally. We've been fighting from behind all game, and now with a minute left, we finally tie it up, and we have an opportunity to play defense once again. He finds Reggie Bush on a little playmaker, doesn't get much though, and decides to save his timeout. So there's only 30 seconds left in the game. He stayed in bounds, and now on 2nd and 8, he's looking to do a little bit more damage. He finds Reggie Bush again. We miss a hit stick and let him get out of bounds, and now he's faced with a 3rd and 2 with 29 seconds on the clock. This is a huge down because he might consider punting if we get a stop. We cover Reggie Bush. He throws a Stevie that for some reason was not intercepted. It was just swatted away. We had 2 guys in the area that both could have made a play on the ball, and now on 4th down, he decides to go for it. He throws a little hitch route, gets the conversion, and now with 20 seconds left, he's got a fresh set it down. So things are not looking good for us. He throws a deep corner route to Allworth, and he gets the catch out to the 39-yard line. Now we are in a very bad situation. We almost shoot the gap, almost make him lose yards, but a 56-yarder with 3 seconds on the clock. It's an ice kick. It's up right down the middle. And of course, it hits the little camera thing, which, as we all know, is a good field goal. So looking back at this play, this was definitely the play that lost us the game. Trey White has been phenomenal for us every game we've had him, but for some reason, in the clutch right there, he's not able to get the interception that would have put this game away for us, and instead we walk away with an L. So that is our 4th loss of the weekend, and if we want to stay in top 100, we can't really afford to lose anymore. So these final 2 games are must wins. Let's get the job done. Starting off on the offensive side of the ball, you see Rock Hard Rich looking like a man on a mission out there. 1st and 10. Nothing's really open, but we're not giving up on that play. A little playmaker, a little throw off a sideline, and Randy Moss gets a catch down to the 19-yard line. Now in the red zone, looking to get 7. I see Jermichael Finley, and that's exactly who I'm throwing it to. Starting off the game, 7-0. As you guys know, if I start off the game with a touchdown instead of an interception, it's going to be bad news for my opponent. Starting off, he gets a conversion on 3rd and 4 into our territory, so it's looking like this drive is coming alive. But 2nd and 15, we send a little bit of pressure at him, and he definitely feels it because he throws a Stevie straight to Isaiah Simmons, and we get the user lurk. So we're already up 7, still the first quarter, and we get the turnover. Now looking to put this game away early. I know we can do it. Jerry Rice on a little bit of a drag route, gets a big gain after a couple broken tackles out to the 24-yard line. And you guys have heard this story before. He's running man coverage. You cannot guard Jermichael Finley in man coverage. It's just not going to work out well for you. 14-0, good guys. Now 4th and 3. He goes with a run play. Calvin Johnson there to shoot the gap and hit him in the backfield, getting us another turnover. And last game, we struggled offensively. There's no secret about that. We didn't score our first points till late in the 4th quarter. But this game, that is just not the case. We hit Barry Sanders getting into the end zone again for the 3rd time in the first half. And after a 21-point deficit, my opponent decides to quit out. So we got the job done in game 1. We are now 20-4, and our top 100 rank comes down to this last game. We win this, we're easily top 100. If we lose, it might be close. We're going to be right on the fringe there. So this is definitely a must-win game, and we're starting off hot early. We got a dot to Deion Sanders, now to the 46-yard line, and we're noticing a lot of man coverage early. And so anytime there's man coverage, I know my dude Jermichael is going to be eating a huge gain right there on the crosser inside his territory where we do get stopped. But 3 points is better than 0, and it's better than an interception. So I'm happy with 3 points on our first drive because I do believe in our defense to get a stop. And on 3rd and 15, it looks like we are doing just that. Calvin Johnson getting a big sack, and my opponent decides to go for it. 4th and 23 from his own 12-yard line, and we get another sack. So our second drive is starting from the 2-yard line, and all we got to do is hand off to Barry. Barry falls forward across the goal line, and now we're up 10 points. So still in the first half, only about 3 minutes left, and we are running man coverage. Randy Moss is not the man you want to man up, man. So that drive results in 3 points for him and brings a game within 1 possession. And I told you early, my dude Jermichael is going to be eating all game. He absolutely toes Sean Taylor on the crosser, gets in for a touchdown, and now we are up 14 points with 2 minutes left in the first half. My opponent goes right back to the same play he had success on last time, but this time we had a middle third. He had to throw it a little bit earlier, and it results in an interception. So with about 2 minutes left in the game, we're up 14. We just got the ball back. We're in field goal range, and if we can get any points here at the end of half, I think this game is as good as over. We find a route bouncing off the sideline. Deion Sanders inside the 10. We get 3 points. You know, it's humble, it's modest, but that's a 17-point lead now in the second half. It's 3 possessions, and honestly, unless I screw up this game, he's not going to win. And I can tell he's frustrated. He's ready to give up because he just throws up a streak to Randy Moss. We got the guys there. Charles Woodson was in coverage and gets the interception. So now up 17, a big interception, and connection here has been lost. Surprise, surprise. That is going to do it for the last game, though. We end up going 21-4 on the weekend. So I did secure top 100, and I will be showing you guys the rewards right now. Midfield pack. God. Let's just pull some heat, man. That was awful. That was a terrible pack. Red zone packs, red zone packs, red zone. Oh! Oh! A 90, an 82, and an 89. This was a good pack. This was a 25,000 coin pack. I think we made our coins back easily. That shit was pretty hot. That shit was pretty hot. Get Alex Smith tomorrow? Probably no. That's probably a no-go on Alex Smith. Yo, what's up, young chicken nugget? All right, I'll tell you why Alex Smith is not a must cop. He can only get Gunslinger or Hot Route Master, not both. So what's the point? There's no point. He gets one or the other. They're both tier 3. Bro, these are ass. I'm gonna save my golds because I don't need any training. This is ass. Thank you. Now let's open these touchdowns. The first of 3. I'm not taking the quick sell. Nope. Not taking the quick sell. You getting DK? Yes, I'm getting DK. DK is the one card I'm for sure getting. 85, 75, 83. No, this was ass. Kenny Golladay? Frozen? Frozen Kenny Golladay? I don't want that shit. I need one good pull to make this worth it, bro. Is Rice worth it? Sure. 89 Shelby Harris. That's not bad. Bro, these are ass. Told you quick sell. I'm opening the packs for the fucking stream, man. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good right there. 87 plus. Let's go. Come on. Lights, camera, action. Lynn Swan. Come on, bro. 138. Someone buy Joe Hayden.
Now I'm on the